damage.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mike from Wikia. We're looking at Titanfall, and today we're going to get a little bit into the advanced handling. Some good tips that you should take with you on the battlefield to give you the upper hand. One of the biggest things I think that people new to the game think is that their Titan is pretty indestructible, that once you get one, the best bet is to jump in and run in there. And that's really not a good idea, because when you jump in your Titan, you're actually making yourself a pretty obvious target. And I think most players, when they see a Titan who's sort of going in by himself, they're going to single him out and take him down pretty quickly. So that's the first tip here. Squad up. Most FPSs, going rogue is rarely a good idea, and your Titan is going to be a lot more effective alongside some other pilots or some other Titans. Titans can't jump in the game, and they need to rely on their dashing ability to get out of harm's way when they need to. You do have your shields and your armor individually, and generally it's a good idea to stay fighting until your shields have dropped down. Armor does not regenerate, but your shields do. So definitely keep an eye on that when you're in a battle, and as soon as you see yourself starting to lose armor damage, dash away and avoid the attacks that are being sent at you. A lot of the more powerful Titan attacks are missile salvos or large rocket attacks that actually move pretty slowly, and you can get away from them pretty quickly by dashing behind some sort of cover when you see them coming at you. We mentioned it in one of our previous videos, but the Vortex Shield is, I think for a lot of people, the obvious choice for their Titan, as it allows you to block incoming shots and send them right back at the opponent. That's not to say that the electric smoke does not have its place, though. The electric smoke basically is a smoke grenade that'll blow up and create both an invisible spot where you will not be able to be seen on the map, and a sort of damaging area where anybody that walks into it is going to take pretty big damage, especially pilots. And it's also super useful for getting pilots off your back who are rodeoing you. It's probably not best for everybody on your team to take this ability, but you do want to have maybe at least one or two people on your team with this, because it's super helpful in team fights between Titan groups. Rodeoing is a huge part of Titanfall, and it's also a lot of fun. Basically what a rodeo is when a pilot gets above a Titan and jumps on top of it, he latches on with one hand and just starts shooting the Titan sort of under a panel. This is a great way for pilots who don't currently have a Titan to do big damage to them. To rodeo, you're going to want to jump at the Titan from an elevated area. Once on top of the Titan, you're going to be immobile as your pilot rips open a hatch and starts shooting into it. You can jump off the Titan at any time, but if you want to do damage, you want to stay on it as long as possible. It should be noted that you are very vulnerable, and savvy teammates or enemies are going to see that you're there and try and take you off. As a Titan, when you're being rodeoed, you'll get a notification in the middle of the screen letting you know that you're being rodeoed and who's on top of you. There's a number of ways to get rodeoing pilots off of your Titan. The easiest is generally to jump out and start shooting them. Once you jump out of your Titan, it's not going to just sit there, it's going to go into auto mode. So it will run around and do a little damage while you attempt to blast the rodeoing pilot off the back of your Titan. Any good team, though, is going to keep an eye on their own Titans, though, and they'll know when one of their teammates is being rodeoed. Because if you can see a pilot rodeoing one of your friendly Titans from a ways back, it's not very hard at all to pick them off, since they're going to be a pretty inanimate target on top of the Titan. Rodeoing can also be done on your own Titans, though you won't be attacking them, you'll just sort of be hanging on to the back. It's also important that you do not use your anti-Titan weapon once you're rodeoing on the back of the Titan, as in a lot of cases the explosion is going to kill you since you are shooting point blank at the Titan's head. Finally, one of the most important tips we can give you when playing Titanfall is to really don't think of it like your traditional FPS, where you walk on the ground, go through doors, and sort of keep your feet on the ground. The most important thing you want to do in this game is stay above ground as a pilot and use your parkour abilities. Wall running may seem a little clunky or weird to you at first, but wall running is the fastest way to get around the map, and even a brief wall run is going to drastically increase your sprint speed, which can make navigating and getting to the front lines a lot faster than you could do otherwise. Your double jump is reset as you hit a wall as well, so it's very easy for you to bounce between adjacent walls and keep your speed up as you make your way to the rooftop. Pilots are really at an advantage once they have sort of a way to survey the scene. You can snipe if you have the sniper rifle, or rodeo Titans very, very easily once you're on the tallest buildings there. Alright guys, that'll do it for our Titanfall tips and tricks. Hopefully that'll net you some wins. And make sure to check out titanfall.wikia.com for all the additional information you'll need about Titans, pilots, loadouts, kits, and everything else. Thanks a lot guys. Bye.
Titan